Yo, welcome to episode 666. Make it Songbringer. In honor of this, shall be named the Devil's Stream. And I have a picture of Diablo himself. So yeah, we're totally in the spirit of 666 today, which I think is just a number. But oh well, we'll pretend it's more than just a number for a minute. Yeah, so let's jump right into the Songbringer development, besides the whole Diablo thing. Um, I'm working on the iOS version. I actually did playthrough. Well, I did the first 3 dungeons on my iPhone 6, and I came up with a lot of different little bits of feedback and things I can do to improve the game. Um, One thing that's definitely going to happen on iOS is it's going to have to be nerfed a little bit. So I'm thinking that the easiest way to do that is to make the shirt appear right at the beginning of the video game. So it's right on the ground. So you still have the option of picking it up or not. But if you pick up the shirt, you get this extra armor for the rest of your entire playthrough. It's really obvious that the shirt's right there. So most players on iOS will pick up the shirt and have a much easier time playing Songbringer because you're not going to get killed as much. I found in my experience, I'm consider myself pretty good at Songbringer, having put in hundreds of hours logged on Steam and thousands of hours in development. And of course, being the one that actually made this entire video game, I'm probably pretty good at it. And I almost died a few times just on a regular run in the first few dungeons. So it is more difficult to play with touchscreen controls because you're there with your thumbs on these touch controls. They're just not as accurate as a gamepad would be. So playing on touch controls on iOS definitely going to have to be a little bit easier. I think the shirt is a great way to do that. So the next playthrough I'll start off with the shirt. And anyway, so let's get into doing some of that stuff right now. I'm going to make it so the shirt just appears on the ground right when you start, if it's the mobile version. So let's get the simulator open. And let's get open. Whoa, why so slow? Wow. What's up? Why so slow? Anyways, okay, how does it spawn the shirt again? I think there might be a story element that does this. Yeah, there you go. Spawn shirt is spawn shirt. I think it's a flux thing. What the? Yeah, there's 2 flux things that spawn the shirt. Whoa. Never seen Vim so slow. What the hell? This always happens when I stream. Sorry about this. You're probably trying to watch this going, hey, how the heck do I make video games? And I'm just looking at my activity monitor trying to figure out why my computer's so slow. Because I'm probably streaming and doing some other stuff too. What's this like kernel task doing though? The simulator? Oh, this might be the simulator. Just the fact that it's running. I don't know. Well, I'm just gonna deal with having a slow system, not worry about it any more than I have to. Phase open, it's a great place for it, yeah? You're gonna, Let's just hack right into this thing here. So if the death, this is where it spawns the shirt if you've died 3 times. Let's also make it if it's just mobile. Oh, if it's mobile and you're on the home screen. We got new area pause. Where do we actually get the new area? We haven't created the new area yet. Um, let's go world, get start, pause, for 0. Okay. So we've got the simulator open, so it'll compile up the iOS version here. So if we don't have the shirt and we've died 3 times, or which is anywhere, or it's mobile and we're on the home screen. Man, this is some epic slowness. Should I had something else to do for a minute. 1 whole minute to compile 2 files? If somebody's watching this out there, I hope you're laughing at how long that took. Good God. It's like the software I'm running to stream is certainly taking up 100% of one CPU. I have 2 CPU cores. But seriously, an entire minute to compile 2 files? Ugh. Anyways. Okay, I've already got the shirt, so it doesn't matter. We just gotta start over then. Yeah. Okay, so since we have no save file in the 0 slot, we're gonna start a new game. Diatom? Is that a diatom or diatom? It's really a word? Single-celled algae? Some of these words are like... Oh, does that really need to be in our alphabet? I mean, language? Vocabulary? God damn, this is so slow. It's already slow trying to run in a game in the friggin' simulator. Boom, there's a shirt right there. Oh, God. I don't know if I can continue this stream. This is painful. This is so painfully slow. So he dropped the shirt like right by him. So he says, "What happened to my shirt?" And the shirt's right there. Guess it's okay. That's cool. I mean, that's fine. I wish it dropped it a little bit farther away from him, but it's not. I don't think it's worth the effort. It's not that big of a deal. Death count greater than equal to 3. Cool. If it's mobile, drop the damn shirt. Am I gonna need to test that like a million other ways? No, it's only gonna trigger if it's mobile. Only if it's the... Hold on, let's check it one more time though. So we've got diatom, positions. It did not save with the shirt, so let's put the player right there. Run again. So we're gonna be one screen up from the home pause. Still don't have the sword. Don't have the shirt. It should not give the shirt. And it shouldn't give the shirt even if you go to the home screen either. Because it only triggers it when you do the flux open. Which happens at the beginning of the game. Or after you die. So here we are, cool. We don't have the shirt. Walk down here. Shouldn't get the shirt either. No shirt. Tits. Let's confirm one more time. Start it up. At the home screen. It's like so glaringly obviously right there. But technically you still have the choice as a player whether you want to pick it up or not. Don't have to get it. Power is still yours. Alright, let's go ahead and save our progress there. Whoops, wrong button. Okay, let's check us in. Boom. It's cool. A little bit of difficulty nerfing there for the mobile version. Because, damn, it is hard. It's really tough to play Songbringer on the touch controls. I mean, it's a lot better than I expected. You know, like I did feel like I had good enough control. I mean, I beat 3 dungeons and 3 bosses. You know, the first 3 are sometimes the hardest because you have the least health too. And I beat all those without the shirt. But I think granting the shirt and all that armor is really going to help mobile players. Let's confirm, how does the shirt armor work again? It's not exactly half damage. So this is when you're using shield hit points. So this happens whenever Rock takes damage. It'll call this function use shield hit points. If he's got any like shield hit points built up, it'll use those. If he actually has a shield, he'll use those. If he has his parry, he'll use that. But here is if you have the shirt. Okay, so if you still have an HP delta that's less than 0, you have the shirt. It does a random number. Okay. New delta equals the minimum of half of the hit point delta, or the hit point delta plus 0.5. Oh, okay, right. So it's not exactly half, because sometimes you can't do half. Like for example, if there's only 1 hit point that you could possibly reduce it by, it has to do the minimum of that and then do a random. Okay, so sometimes it does new delta equals clamp by new delta and HP delta. Oh, right, that's just clamping it. Oh, so it has a chance of doing very minimum damage. Oh, that's if it's 0 though. Okay. Okay, so really it is boils down to this. This is the main line right here. And it takes the minimum, which means whichever damage is actually more, because it's negative. So HP delta times half. So if you're let's say you got hit by 1 whole tooth, which it would be -4. That would be the minimum of -2 or -4 plus constant HP 0.5 would make that -2. So they would be equal. Let's say you got hit with -2 whole teeth, then that would be -8, which would mean the minimum of -4 or -6, right? Which would be -6. So sometimes it halves it, but but if it's really big damage, it only deflects half a tooth basically. And if it somehow gets its delta down to 0, like it has a random chance to still damage you a little bit. But sometimes you do get 0 damage. So what if your HP delta is just -1? That would be -1 times the half would probably be 0, or HP delta plus 0.5, which would be 2. So new delta could become greater than or equal to 0. Oh, but then it gets clamped to 0. Okay. So yeah, the shirt is a pretty helpful thing. Which I already knew it was. Gosh, whatever. It just has to dance around this whole fact that there's really only 4 hit points per tooth, you know? Okay. Okay, so that was great. We got that one checked off the list. Um, okay, let's put this one down on the list. I'm gonna organize my to-do list first. This is a good one to do right away. Oh, this is an easy one to do too. This is important, making the buttons cover a little more area, because sometimes you can like try and tap the top hat or tap one of the smaller buttons. Basically the way the layout works, you probably just saw it a second ago. We can just open that back up. The A button is really big. Oh, this is going to go right into the attract mode. There's some things to do with that. Like attract mode shouldn't even show buttons. It shouldn't even run the track mode, really. Okay, I got that as a different item now. Okay. All right, whatever. Let's do it in this order. Or wait, what happened to the ones about um oh here, the track mode stuff. Let's just do that first. Okay. So a couple things. Is button visible? What was it? Playback mode something? Is it input? Input system. So for playing back, all buttons are invisible. So the first time I saw a track mode playing on iOS, I was like, wait a minute, am I playing this? Because it had all the buttons visible. So just making them invisible is the first step. Second thing, you shouldn't is this should be considered a touch anywhere. So you can just tap anywhere on the screen for it to go out of the track mode. Let's run those two things. So I'm just doing these two tiny things because if I do decide to keep a track mode in the iOS version, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna, the next step I'm gonna take is just to make it so it doesn't even play a track mode, because it's like, I don't know, a track mode just doesn't seem like, either that or it shouldn't play a track mode if you've if you've backgrounded the app and then foregrounded it again. It should reset its track mode timer. That's really what the big problem. Okay, so let's go back to the main menu. Let it sit here for a second. Maybe more than a second. There it goes. Okay, let's hope this works on the first try. First of all, it should be no buttons on the screen. Good. And second of all, I should be able to tap. Good. Okay, it does reset. Alright, great. That's those two things. Okay, so the next thing is okay, I gotta decide. Do I want it to do a track mode at all on mobile, or do I want it to just reset its timer when you start again? I don't know, I guess it kind of is a cool feature. It's old school and stuff. I've never seen a mobile game do it. So it might be cool to just reset the timer. So we're probably going to need a way to do that. Is it return to intro? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Current time minus max last input time or start scene time. It's greater than return duration. So we got to reset the start scene time. Which is a member of title layer. Okay, so we got to make a function for this. A public function. We can already get the title layer. In fact, I think I already do that. So we'll make a function called reset start time. And then in app controller, here's where we get the title layer. So start scene time equals kit time. Should put all those pieces together. And now we should be able to... Ooh, wait. Before we do this, if K demo build, if not demo build, let's make this way shorter. What? Alright, anyways, temporarily make this way shorter so we can test it faster. Nobody's chatting today. Either that or I'm not even online. And maybe it's because the devil's stream. Devil scared everybody away. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go! So here's the track mode. Let's like get out of it there. Let's go to the main menu, then background it. Okay. So if I were to, you know, like if I had just let the time run, it would have been about 6 or so 7 seconds now. Let's go back in then, and it should have reset that timer. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1000. Boom. Now it goes. Cool. So good. It resets the time. So we still got a track mode. But we can tap anywhere on the screen to get out of it, and it properly goes into it from the main menu there instead of accidentally being in it already. If you've I keep on saying alt tab, but if you background the iOS app and then foreground it again. So let's review our changes there. The app controller resets the start time of the title layer. The input system allows touch anywhere when you're playing back and sets all the buttons to invisible if you're playing back. And the title layer has that ability to reset its start time. Okay. Okay. Let's archive that one. Okay, so my alarm went off just a second ago there. I gotta stand up, do a couple stretches, because my butt's sore already. Uncomfortable chair. Watch, now that I stood up, somebody's gonna start chatting.
Mobilize. Five seconds until recover. Recover. 5 seconds until mobilize. Mobilize. Five seconds until recover. Recover. 5 seconds until mobilize. Mobilize. Five seconds until recover. Recover. 5 seconds until mobilize. Mobilize. Five seconds until recover. Recover. 5 seconds until mobilize. Mobilize. Five seconds until recover. Recover. 5 seconds. Workout complete.
Right. So set another little timer for half an hour. It's been something I've been doing. It's actually made my game development a much healthier thing for me. Just making sure every half an hour I stand up and do a 2.5 minute little exercise. Gets like a mobility exercise. It just like I noticed like after I finished Songbringer and I was working 7 days a week and 10 hours a day, I had all these freaking body problems and I had headaches and I was like super stressed out and all this stuff. So I've been fixing my body basically the last 6 months. It's taken freaking 6 months to do it though. Like I used to lean like this, like crazy to the side. It was from using my mouse all the time. And now I had to train my body like crazy so much just to be able to kind of be straight, you know? So standing up every half an hour and doing mobility exercises not only gets the blood flowing, but it counteracts all the negatives you get from sitting down too much or standing up too much. You can, if you stand in one place too much or you sit your ass down for the same place for too long, it's the same kind of detrimental effect on your body. So you got to just get up and move just a little bit. You got to get your blood flowing, and it's really helped me. I feel a lot better. So there's a little game dev, not game dev tip for you. Okay, the next thing I want to do is hide any buttons that don't have something equipped to them. Because on a touchscreen, you really just want everything. Everything hidden is, as much as possible hidden. So okay, I'm trying to figure out the logic here. I want all of the buttons to hide automatically if you have nothing equipped to them. Except for the A button, which I want to be visible if you've ever had something equipped. Okay, so I think the logic is this. So if the button is greater than or equal to B, or the button would be A, and you've never equipped something. Okay, I'm pretty sure that logic is correct. We're going to test this out, but I want to test another thing out in conjunction with it because of how slow ass this is going to be to test it. So, what's that other thing? Oh yeah, the default button. Get default button. There's another get default button. Whoops. In gear component. How does that one work? Right, okay. And which one actually gets called? It's just restoring the sword. This is where this is what I'm talking about. Auto equip calls the gear component version. That's a function that's commented out. No, why it's even still there. Okay, and everything else is using the gear component version anyway. Okay, so we can effectively just go hold on, can constants version return invalid? Yes, it can. Okay. So on mobile, we're just using the first empty button, which means we loop over the number of equipables. And if nothing is currently equipped, return that. Otherwise, we want to block all the other functionality down below and return K button invalid. So we're not trying to get a default button at all for that. And this means we can also clean up constants.cpp. I did some stuff like, hey, if it's mobile, we're going to use this default button. We're no longer going to do that. So we got this special method of doing it now. So we're cleaning up the constants. Awesome. Let's get that compiled up. And we should, I still want to be running this diatom save file. Okay, cool, we're running that one. Alright, we're gonna have to try and beat this. Oh, dude, maybe I should just give myself the sword. Oh. Never mind. Okay, we'll get the sword. Getting the sword. Get my ass kicked. Can't tell. Just blindly swinging here because of how low the frame rate is. Oh, it worked! God, I wish the iPhone simulator could use your GPU. Don't worry, we'll save after this. Okay, so before we had no A button visible, now we have the A button because we have something we've ever equipped to it. So we saved. We're back. We have the sword. Okay, let's test things out. If we suddenly equip the sword to the B button should become visible. Dude, it's so slow. It doesn't even have the background graphics yet. Or did they just not fade in for some reason? That's weird. Oh no, there they are. Finally. Started to fade in. Oh, see, the A button should still be visible. Oh, but we've never actually equipped something to the A button specifically. Why is there no sword here? Issues. So let's move it back to A, which means we'll have something in A. So if we go and switch this to B again, this time the A button will be visible. No, it's still not. Okay, this is weird. Not only is okay, how are we gonna deal with this? Gotta deal with this before we can move forward and before we can test the other things. So first of all, the sword should be visible here on the B button. It's not. Why is that? Even if I press the button. Second of all, the A button should be visible because I certainly have equipped something to my default. Okay, if I save and quit and restore, is it still wrong? Oh, so weird. The B button is still not, doesn't have a sword. Huh? And there's still no A button. This is baffling. Okay, whatever, let's figure this out. If I reset the whole app, still nothing. So that's great. I mean, that's good that it's really consistent. There's something going wrong here. What if it's equipped to like Y or X? So just the B button? Yeah, it doesn't matter. The sword's just not showing up. Okay, which one to debug first? Tired of coding. It's been a long day already. It's like 9 o'clock at night or something. Okay, first things first. We'll start with the visibility of the sword. It should be visible there. All the other buttons work. I mean, all the other items work with it. So where to set a breakpoint for that? Oh man, mental fatigue. Set item sprite frame. Here it is. Alright, if item equals k item sword, set a custom breakpoint, load everybody's favorite program, Xcode. While this is compiling, alright. Hopefully I can finish this before the end of the stream, but I'm not sure. I can't guarantee it. Yo, Virtual Exist, what's up? How you doing, man? Good, man. Yeah, good. Things are going well. Still working on the iOS version here. It's got an index. This is going to slow everything down even more. All right. So we got a breakpoint. Wait, no, we don't have no breakpoint. We need a breakpoint. Set that there. So I'm trying to figure out why this sword is invisible when it's assigned to the B or X button. All the other buttons work. I mean, all the other items work on those buttons. Here we go. Okay, we're loading the game. Touch button's valid. Position on the screen looks valid. Set the HUD item there. Scale it, set its global Z order. I guess the HUD item itself has not been set to be visible. Okay. Let's set another breakpoint then. Here we go, input mobile, where it's updating the opacity of each button. Oh, that's great. Nice. They fixed the whole edge problem. Yo, Marza, what's up, man? Bellazio. I'm doing good too, man. Doing good. Still working here on the iOS version. I did a little play of about a third of Songbringer. I did 3 dungeons. I guess it's more like a quarter. But anyways, I did about 3 dungeons and took a whole bunch of notes. So I'm working on my notes now for the iOS version. One thing I already did on this stream was to start the player off with the shirt. So basically the shirt, well, you don't automatically get it, but it spawns right near you at the beginning. If you're playing on iOS, the shirt will be right there. And you can pick it up, or you can choose not to pick it up. But if you pick it up, you basically have armor for the whole game. And it is almost necessary on touch controls. Because you're playing with your thumbs on a touch screen. It's just not as accurate as playing on a gamepad. So you kind of got to nerf it a bit. So you can play naked the whole game? Yeah, you can. You can play naked. Or you can play shirted. Here we go. Set a breakpoint there. Alright, so you run it. Here we are. We're setting opacity to 0. This is button A. Button B. Oh, do we have it on X or B? So this is weird. Button B is also setting its opacity to 0. Oh, did I? Maybe it's that new code I wrote. Oh, you haven't played an Good for you. I'm growing to like really resent this thing. Launching an iOS simulator. Launching iOS games at all. Launching it on your iPhone. Everything about it is so slow. It's crazy slow. It could be that it's supposed to be button B or X. Let's go into button X. Also opacity 0. Oh, they're all just invisible. Oh, let's let it run for a second. Yeah, me neither. Swift started coming out right when I was like, no apps, no games. Have you been coding? Have you been coding at all? Okay, there. B is now visible. Alright, button A. Let's go to button B. Here we go. Button B. Opacity is 127 now. The button, HUD items. There it is. It's setting the HUD item. What? Okay, so the only thing that could be is if the HUD item is not even visible. I don't know why that would happen. Let's try this. Nice, you're coding every day? Oh, cool. Rails and React? Gotcha. You're in the land of JS. Lots of captures and stuff, I'm sure. And asynchronous code. Everything's asynchronous. You can't call one function until another one's done. Can't do anything until you get that call returned to you. You promise everything, yeah? What? Promises are cool, right? Yeah, promises, they started coming out recently, right? Remind me what a promise is, how the heck it works. Unless it's really hard to explain. Button A, button B. His promises are cool as long as you keep them. Okay, so I just forcibly set the HUD item to be visible, but it looks like it's not there. Oh, woe is me. It's so weird. Like, so the sword is just invisible, man. Oh, and this was happening the other day where like I couldn't figure out for the life of me why this didn't work. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. This might need to be. Oh. I think I got it. A way to structure asynchronous code. You start a promise, and this one can succeed or fail, and for both situations, you feed a callback. Oh. So, how is that different than a capture or whatever? How is that different than just passing a function as a callback, and then when you're done running a certain asynchronous function, you call the callback? Maybe that's what a promise is. Maybe I've been coding that way the whole time, using promises, and I didn't even know it. Okay, so we need to set items visible. Items visible equals false. So if activity is greater than 0, then this item is currently visible. There we go. So if any of the buttons are visible, show the HUD item layer. Something like my promise, my brand, then. Oh, then. Okay, so it's kind of like. Okay, I get it. So it does kind of like it encapsulates that whole concept, and then allows that then function to basically be the callback. I got you. I know it's definitely not. Oh, and now it's a standard construct, but it's new, right? It's not like in the older versions of JavaScript, right? And you can join them together. That's cool. Okay, I'm so confident about this. I'm going to run it from the command line. Gotcha. Woo, running out of steam over here. Right. You can daisy chain them all together. Basically, because the then function returns the object. There we go. That fixed it. Boom. Okay, so let's get back to our tests here. Oh, the A button should still be visible though, because we've got that as a default, right? Wait, let's confirm that we do have a default button for A. So we should have button sword B. No, we should have sword. Oh, right. basically we need to know if the player has the freaking sword at all. That's really all that matters. Promises lead to new promises. You better keep them all. So if you have the sword, if you don't have the sword, so if you have the sword, the A button will always be visible. If you don't yet have the sword, the A button should be invisible. That's all there is to it. Good. Okay. So we do have the A button. Nothing equipped though. Okay, so if we put the sword back onto the A button, the B button should disappear. Cool. And if we move this to like Y or something weird, like L maybe. It's there, but the A button's still there. Cool. Okay, what should we test next? That's good. I can't see how that would... That will require further testing, but I'm not going to do it here in the simulator. The simulator's so slow. Okay, so let's rock with this. First of all, let's wander around enough that we get the cloud detector. And by testing that, we should basically get it equipped straight to our B button. Whereas in, there it is. Whereas in the desktop version, if you're playing on Windows or Mac or Linux, that will get, the biodetector will always be equipped at first to the L button if possible. Because it's like one of the lesser used ones. But yeah, good. So it's equipped it to B for us because it's the next possible one to equip. And now if we use it, it should disappear as a button, yeah? Oh, I just used it. Yeah, cool. It disappeared as a button. That's great. Cool. So it should show us where the next... Great, it's right there. Boom. So we can go get the top hat, and that should get equipped to X. Oh, wait. Oh, too much dialogue. Tippy tap tap, tippy tap tap. Tapping things, tapping the screen. Yeah. Tippy tap. Great, we got the Spirit's Quest. Do I have enough money to buy something? Probably not. Damn it, now we just changed our map location. Wait. Where was he going in? Oh, I don't know. Probably don't have enough money to buy this anyways. Oh, damn it. Seath, what's up, man? Dude, it's been a while. How are you doing? I thought it was pointing up this way. I don't really need to test this. Famous last words of a programmer. Wasn't it pointing this way? Maybe not. Yes, it has, man. What's been up with you, dude? Yeah, Songbringer has come a long ways. The DLC's out. The soundtrack's finished. I'm gonna get that out soon. The iOS version now is probably one of the last things that will ever be done. It's all updated on PS4 and XBox One. PS4 and Xbox One have the DLC as well. There's been a lot happen with Songbringer over the last 3.5 years. Just trying to get some money, but maybe I should cheat. So it must have been the, oh. All I was trying to do was get another item so I could. This is like super hard to try and play. Not only is it super slow because it's a simulator and it doesn't have a GPU, but I have to like move the mouse over to the other side of the screen to try and move, and then move back over here to. Oh god, this is so hard. Yes, I do, man. I have some ideas for the next project. I'm keeping them totally secret for a little while. Other than I can tell you that it probably will have something to do with multiplayer and the Songbringer universe. Probably. No promises. But something along them lines. So yeah, man, I got this whole like, I'm not really one for design documents. However, this game I'm actually so excited about that I've been like writing a design document for it because there's a lot to it. Multi-bringer. Yes, for sure. In addition to my normal dev streams, I'd like to, for the next project, I'd really like to study some concept art and be able to do some really, really beautiful, like, oil painting style concept art. That would be really neat. So maybe I'll do that for a few streams here and there. Some concept art. Alright, I'm not getting enough money here. Let's just save and quit. And hack up some money so I can test the rest of this stuff out. Let's close Xcode too so we can get a little bit of CPU reclaimed. So we're done with them breakpoints. Okay, so let's hack up. Let's get some diamonds. We only have 8 of them. Let's get 88 of them. So all I really want to do is confirm that when I get the top hat, it'll get equipped to the B button because it's just the next open slot. And when I get bombs, they'll get equipped to the X button because once again, it's the next open slot. Oh, we can get rid of that stuff in game scene there. So we cleaned up constants, get rid of that K-Mobile stuff. And then when you get the default button on mobile, it's got some special code to basically just make sure that your next whenever you gain an item, it just puts it in the next possible equipment slot. Whereas on the desktop version, it's got some certain buttons that go for each thing. Like the top hat always gets equipped to X and stuff like that at first. You've been working on a Monte Carlo tree search for game? AI? What's a Monte Carlo tree search? That's a cool name. Oh, like a Monte Carlo game that has a tree search in it? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, I should have gave myself more cash so I could buy the jib booster. That would have been cool. Oh wait, I got enough at least for this. Buy that. Yeah, we get some scanner drones and that can get equipped to something. Right? Oh, it didn't get equipped. Because we couldn't equip it down there. However... there. So we got it equipped to B. So now when we find the dang top hat, it'll get equipped to X. And I'm back. What's up, man? Alright, you. Give me the dang flask. Nice, it put it to X. Got that confirmed. Alright, and we do have that location of the next dungeon is right there to the left, which means it's probably we have to walk all the way around this way. Shoot. Okay, here. Got this. Thickets are no match for this sword. Yes, this is feeling right. It's feeling like the right way to go. Yes! Here we go. Okay, this is crazy hard to try and like fight enemies. But, oh, I accidentally used my scanner drones. I gotta use my flask. Oh, this is so hard. Ah. Yes. Oh, I almost died again. Cool. That's equipped to B. All right. I'm confident that that's working. I don't need to test that anymore. That's cool. Basically, I just wrote some code that made it so on mobile, your next item, whenever you get another item, it assigns it to your next equipment slot instead of a predetermined equipment slot. Okay, so we're done. We're done with that. No, it's not just the particle effects. It's the fact that I'm streaming, which is killing everything, and then the fact that the simulator does not have a GPU. Can't use your GPU. Oh, it is a Monte Carlo tree search. It's a method of making optimal decisions in an artificial AI. Vegas, what's up, man? Hey, dude, it's cool seeing so many old faces in here. And by that I mean familiar faces. And by that I mean familiar internet handles. What's up, y'all? How you doing, Vegas? Monte Carlo tree search. I am winding down the stream here, guys. It's late on us. It's late at night for me. I'm actually about done with the stream here, but let's check out what this Monte Carlo tree search is first. Nice. Yeah, familiar power. It combines the generality of random simulation with the precision of tree search. Really? Any domain that can be described in terms of state, action pairs, and simulation used to forecast outcomes. So state action, that seems pretty familiar to me, right? It's sort of like a state machine. I'm looking at this. Zeeth here is basically writing a card game that has a Monte Carlo tree search for its AI. Really? This is part of what they use for AlphaGo? I'm sure they use some machine learning and some of that stuff too. But yeah, so this is crazy. I'm really excited to see this because maybe I'll use this for my next game. So the basic algorithm is simple. A search tree is built node by node. Yeah. Yes, next game. I was just mentioning that a second ago. Yeah, Songbringer is almost finished. So Songbringer's I just got to finish the iOS version. Got to release the soundtrack and maybe one last Steam update, and we're good. That's it. Songbringer's done. And so I can start the next game after that. And I got some ideas, and the next game will probably involve multiplayer and the Songbringer universe in some way. Yeah, I wonder if is this just behavior trees, or is this like? Let me look at this here. Search tree is built according to the outcomes of simulated playouts. Oh, so it's kind of like something that is determining the best route or the best outcome or the best moves. Sequel may... I don't know. You haven't played Songbringer? Oh, how dare you. You have to play Songbringer. It's required of everyone that I know in any way. I'm joking, man. You don't have to play Songbringer. I'm honored that so many people have already played Songbringer. No worries, man. I'm just joshing you. So selection, expansion, simulation, backpropagation. So recursively select optimal child nodes. Create nodes. So it's a tree search, really. I get it, but how does this actually apply to an AI? Right, I'm imagining like a behavior tree. A behavior tree is like the latest kind of AI system I've used. Blah blah. Dang. How would this actually turn itself into an AI? I mean, I can see how an AI could use this to make a choice, but I don't see how this could actually be an AI itself. There is code? Is there a code page? Oh, here we go. Zeeth he's making a card game. A card game that can play itself? Is that what it is? Right. So this is like a board game implementation. I was trying to think of like how this would be applied to like a yeah, like an action RPG. Like how would you design an AI with something like this? I guess you could use I guess for decision making, yeah, you could probably use this for decision making. Like an AI in an action RPG game could decide it's best to attack the enemy now, or you could definitely use it in like a MOBA game or something like that, where an AI on an opposing team would make the choice of like, okay, it's time to attack the player, or no, now it's time to run away, now it's time to bait the player, stuff like that. Oh right, it'll balance by playing itself. That's right. Oh right, the search space might be a bit too big. Huh. I can see how this would work excellently for like a board game or a card game. Very simple to implement for like stuff like that. Or AlphaGo or chess, or I mean Go, not AlphaGo. Right. It picks the next action by simulating all the way through. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Sandwich. It's making me hungry. Interesting. Very interesting. Thanks for sharing, Z. That's cool. We'll keep that in mind. I've thought it kind of would be cool to use some machine learning in a game at some point, like for AI, some kind of AI that's really smart in a game. I don't know what game I would actually implement it in, but or like in Songbringer, I use a really like custom self-designed system for generating worlds. Generating the overworld, generating dungeons. They're really customly designed algorithms designed by a programmer. Me with looking at examples from other programmers like Alex Coxon, Tom Coxon, sorry. But anyways, right? Those are really self-designed, systems. Yeah, I got tattoos. I'm actually getting some of them removed right now. I got this one tattoo I don't want anymore. Some SpongeBob. Cheeks, what's up, man? Right, exactly. Like, how could you? How could I write in some of these cooler, new AI tricks like this, like the Monte Carlo tree search, and of course like deep learning and machine learning and all that to make something that generates worlds. That'd be cool. What life decisions made you just get SpongeBob? Well, I was at this point in my life where I was really into getting tattoos, and I feel like this was before tattoos were really popular. Now I feel like they're just too popular. They're like too trendy and mainstream. So I'm like, let's just get rid of some of these tattoos. But anyways, back then I was way into tattoos, and I got this like sort of like deeper tattoo on this side, spiritual type Eye of Ra tattoo on this side of my arm, and then I thought I'm gonna balance it out by putting something totally silly on the other side. I got this spiritual tattoo over here, totally silly tattoo over here, so I'm balanced. Yo, what's up, Alex? Belazio. What's the stream about? I'm wrapping up the stream here. I just got finished with it, but I was working on the iOS version here. Right, if you could evaluate a map, you could do that. Yeah, I get you. So did I achieve that balance? Yeah, I feel like I did for a little while. But now I want the imbalance. I want it to be, you know what I mean? Asymmetric. I want to have this entire arm blank, and I want to have this entire arm full of tattoos. So I'm going to get a mountain tattoo right here, and a person meditating underwater over here. No, there will be no Android version. No Songbringer on Android. Too time consuming and too expensive. So, and the stretch goal was never hit. The only reason it's coming out on iOS is that it hit the stretch goal during the Kickstarter. People like Marzipower and Alex Porchedu, they're the ones that were right there back in the project at the first hour it was out on Kickstarter. Thank you guys. Thank you again. And it's thanks to them, people like them, that got the project to its first stretch goal. When it hit that, so that's why iOS is even happening at all. I did not prefer to actually put it on iOS. It doesn't play as well on touch controls as it does with the gamepad for sure. So it's a little bit clunkier. You know what I mean? I played through like the first 3 dungeons on my iPhone just last night. I took a whole bunch of notes and stuff like that. But there's just no way of getting around the fact that using your thumbs to play on a touchscreen is just a little bit more clunky than playing with the gamepad, no matter what. You know what I mean? There's no way you can make it smoother and better. You can make it as smooth as possible and responsive and all that stuff, and the buttons feel good as you can, but still, it's not going to be as good. Yes, Eth, there will be actual controller support for the iPhone. But most people do not have controllers. Yeah. You'll be able to have Bluetooth controllers play on your iPhone, but most people don't have those. So you've got to have good a touchscreen control as you can. So, but anyways, one thing I've done to make it a little bit better to play on iOS is you can start with the shirt. So when you play the game, you start off your adventure, the shirt spawns right then. So instead of having to die 3 times to get the shirt, it's just right there. You have the option of picking it up or not, right? You can decide, okay, I'm not going to pick up the shirt. But most players will be like, what's this shiny thing right here? And they'll pick up the shirt, and they'll have armor for their entire Songbringer adventure, which will kind of negate the fact that it's a little bit clunkier to play on touchscreen controls. So it'll make it a bit easier to play. It's kind of like nerfing Songbringer, but it's already an item that's in Songbringer, so yeah. That way it's a bit easier to play Songbringer and not die on iOS. Yes, I did realize I'm on Dev Day 666, and in honor of that, I started off today's stream with the picture of Diablo himself, the Lord of Hell, the King of 666, on fire. This is some image from Diablo 3, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining me on episode 666, which in Octal and as a Unix permission is, what is it? World read write, group read write, owner read write, or the other way around? Owner read write, group read write, world read write. That's what 666 is in Octal as a Unix permission. That's the way I think of it. I guess wait till we get to day 755, huh? That would be execute read write, read write, read write. Heck yeah, can't wait for that day. 666 is a good. 666 is not a good one to use, actually. Yeah, 755 is pretty far away. But 666, who uses 666 octal? That's a really bad one to use. You're opening up writability to all users. Yes, there you go. Teeks. Right, Teeks? 919? What would that... Is 9 even possible? As a Unix permission? 911? Yeah, you might as well just use 777 if you're going to use 666. 777 is even worse. Yeah. Right, 7's max. You can't use 9. 777 means that every file, if you use it with that command up there, it'd be that every file on your system is not only readable, writable to all users, but executable to all users. Yeah. What about the special bits, though? How the heck? You can't... No, you just can't set the special, but you have to set it with the plus S and all that. Plus... Is it right? It's like S and other weird ones for the other one. I prefer 69. Nice. I hope this image right here is not copyrighted. Probably is. Probably breaking some copyright laws here just by having this image up for so long on this stream. Here, wait. Yeah, rip whiz. I got ripped. Let's make this here. We're gonna go ahead and customize this image here so that we don't break any copyright laws. We're gonna draw a little bit here. And we're gonna draw a little bit here. This is the custom Diablo. I got this crazy pixel art brush. Let's use a real brush. No more of this pencil brush. We're using the real brush tool. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, this is perfect. This is looking so much better. Oh, whoops, we went back to the pencil. That's cool. That's fine. We can use the pencil. There we go. Some more of this awesome. This is so much better. Yes. Yeah, you can't really see that as much there, but here we go. You can see this. Isn't this really good? I really am an artist. Yeah, there we go. Now it's fair use. Definitely not copyright infringement now. We have fair use that thing up. Alright, anyways. It's way past my bedtime. No, it's not. It's not actually past my bedtime. But it's past the time that I need to stop coding. It's time to start relaxing. It's like 10 o'clock at night for me. And it's Saturday. I'm going to go do some fun stuff. Or relax. Maybe go watch a movie. Maybe, I don't know. Do something relaxing. It was good chatting with you guys, though. It's only 5 there. Yeah, you guys are in Europe. Let me change those variables. No more copyright. Right? Let me just copy paste this. Change the variable names. Let's change the bracing. We're all good. Fair use. A Clone Geek. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. It's morning for you guys? Cool, cool. Yeah, happy Saturday morning to all y'all, and Saturday evening for y'all, for others there. It's not Mario, he has inverted colors. Right, right. Yeah. All right. Well, good stream. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching me get some iOS work done for Songbringer there. Happy episode 666, and I will see you all on the next episode. Cheers, everybody.